Welcome in, guys. Hello, Oscar. I'm going to give it a second here for everybody to get on in here. Duck it. Just posted a new video this morning on the boycott. Please, guys, go watch it. Please get it out there. If you guys know how this works, I make the videos. You guys like them, share them, comment them, and repost them. This is how we've gotten 5 corporations now to change policies, remove product from stores, make statements, and change calibration and scales. Welcome in. Hey, Peggy. Welcome in, guys. We got YT over here as well, along with you guys on TT. Welcome in. So I put out a video this morning. If you haven't seen it, as soon as you get off here or go over right now, give it a repost, a like, a comment. It's real important that we watch it all the way through. It was a little lengthy video, so it's not getting the views. Thank you, Peggy, for the Daily Heart Me. It's not getting the views that the other ones are, because that's how it works. That's why I usually try to keep them short, but I had a lot to say about our boycott. We have gotten unbelievable response. Hey, Fly, welcome in. Unbelievable response. Hey, guys on YT, welcome in. You can chat it up anytime. I'll go back and forth like I always do. Hey, Peggy, good to see you too. So if you're not aware, we are coalitions of consumer advocates, along with 2 other large creators so far, Cavell Cavan and Sup America, have launched a worldwide Walmart boycott. August 28th. Hey, Woods, thank you for the Daily Heart Me. August 28th through September 3rd. The idea is we are creating a missile to get them where they get them on the only thing that matters to them, and that's their money. We are concentrating this boycott for 1 week because Walmart revenues $14 billion a week. Okay, the 45,000 class action lawsuit that happened last year for the weighted grocery settlement, it takes Walmart 33 minutes to revenue $45 million. Now, what we're going to do is get half the Americans, if we get, and Canadians and all around the world, half the people who shop at Walmart, if we could get half the people to shop somewhere else for 1 week, we could hit them for $7 billion. We have demands and things that we want, like we want quality control personnel in Walmarts. If anybody follows me, you know what my stand is. You know what I concentrate on. It's short-weighted products. I hate Walmart. I'm with you, says T. Bryce. Down here on YT, what do we got? Loving what you're doing. Can't stay and watch. Thanks for stopping in, Jonathan. Make sure we're liking the videos. I need help on this video. I made a lengthy video because I had a lot to say, and we'll talk about that on this live stream. And when they're long like that, if people don't watch them all the way through, they don't get the push that they need to. But we'll be making more. Thank you, Charlotte. Or who's that? Charity Cole. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, Walmart. Let's go over this. Oh, I just finished my interview on WBBM in Chicago. It went amazing. I talked about us. Thank you for the roses. I talked about us. I talked about our coalition. I was on there once before, right? And they Andy, it's Bob Hart Business Hour on WBBM in Chicago. They had me on once before. Thank you for the Daily Heart Me. They had me on once before. And they have seen, okay, that was our first campaign where we had 150 million views on our videos, and we're at 540,000 followers. We are pushing 560,000 members, which I like to call you guys not followers. 560,000 members on 4 platforms now, and our video views are up to 180 million. So they had me on to ask about our coalition of consumer advocates. If you're not following it on, I don't have it on YT, but it's on the other 3 platforms. Please go follow our page on there. It was an amazing interview. I talked about our coalition. I talked about what we're doing. I talked about all the things that we have found so far. I talked about you guys and how you're the other half of this movement. Without you guys getting the videos out there, I'm a grumpy old man bitching about his chicken not weighing what it's supposed to. Okay. And then at the very end, he asked me, they kind of prompted me in, because I talked to Andy Greicher. It's Bob and Andy that worked at, or that have that segment. And I told him about the boycott. He said, we're behind you. We love it. So at the very end, he said, what are you guys trying to accomplish? It was like a volley in volleyball. Is that what you call it? A volley? Is that what it is? Or whatever it is? A set. That's what it was. It was a set in volleyball. He said, so what are you and the coalition of consumer advocates trying to get take care of, or whatever the word was? And I said, well, I didn't say funny when you asked. I was like, here we go. Oh, thank you for all the gifts, Peggy. I said, we literally last week, we have issued a worldwide boycott on Walmart for all the last 20. I'm going to make segments of it and put it on for you guys, the video. But for all the class action lawsuits and atrocities over the last 2 decades, for short-weighting products, which I cover, the last $45 million lawsuit, especially, which is in our area of coalition of consumer advocates, where it was the Walmart weighted grocery settlement, what we cover, $45 million. And I said, that takes Walmart 33 minutes to revenue $45 million. 33 minutes is all it takes Walmart to revenue. They don't care about class action lawsuits. The lawyer's raking all the money. We get a $13 check, which doesn't even buy 2 gallons of gas anymore, right? And I gave the dates, and we issued it. Welcome in, guys. We're doing good. We got 76 on YT and 111. They are reviewing. I got a throttle on TT. They say, oh, thank you for the gifts. Anything that's gifted, guys, like always, anything that's gifted is going to my trip. If you guys don't know about that, in October, and I have means to support on my bios on all platforms. There's also a GoFundMe. In October, I plan on launching out of my motorhome, which I live in, launching out and going across the country, trying to get into the other grocery stores in your area besides Kroger and Walmart in my area. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. That goes to the trip. I'm also door dashing and even donating plasma to help fund it myself. Hit the like button. We got people on YT. Thank you. I need that. I need people taking control over here. Guys, let's talk about some of this, okay? Let's talk about Walmart. Let's talk about the class action lawsuits, okay? So between 2008 and 2014, Walmart had 5 class action lawsuits. 5. The unpaid wages, missed breaks, unpaid vacations, discrimination, pregnancy accommodations, and that was just, and there was more than that. These are the prime ones. In between 2008 and 2014. In 2016, Walmart had a lawsuit for same-sex spouse health benefits, discrimination against same-sex health benefits. And then 2020 was another lawsuit close to the one that we have. And what we do, it was over the meat. It was over the reduction stickers on meat not being what they were supposed to. And I have found that before while I've been out in Walmart. Then there were 2. One was tossed out. Remember, guys, we stay unified. I get it. We stay unified over politics. You can say this and that. We don't argue and debate, okay? Because unity is what we need. We need unity, okay? We the people does not have a political affiliation. We the people does not have an affiliation with any political party. It means that we the people give authority to our government, not the other way around, okay? But there were 2. There was the Pepsi Walmart collusion, where it went to. That's why I said that I'm leading into this, because both sides are corrupt. Leading into the Walmart Pepsi collusion, where Walmart and Pepsi colluded, where Pepsi was inflating the cost for Pepsi in all the other stores. So if you ran a mom and pop, this is how they pushed out mom and pops. This is what Walmart did. If you ran a mom and pop, they're giving you a higher price. IGA and Quality Foods and Piggly Wiggly. The cost on Pepsi was much more expensive than it was for Walmart. And that went to federal court. And it was dismissed and kicked out of federal court recently. So that's all I'm saying about politics, okay? Please don't argue over them. They're all corrupt. Both sides have great things, and both sides are corrupt. Let's put it that way. And then this last one, the biggest one, was the $45 million lawsuit. That gets me there. That 45, and everybody says this in the comments. Yeah, you guys say this in the comments all the time. That's nothing to them. I call it make it rain money. That's nothing to them. 33 minutes, they revenue $45 million. All right, let's read some comments here, guys. Thank you for the support. If you guys haven't seen the video I posted today, it needs some help because I made it lengthy. I'm talkative today. That's why I'm on live early. And I just got off that interview with WBBM. So why are we even paying taxes? Pig Melody, because in my opinion, we are slaves on a tax farm at this point. Corporations have gotten way out of control. This is a topic, and this is my dream and my hope, that we would start unifying instead of dividing like they want us to do. I know we have divisions on certain topics, but let's start unifying on ones that we have in common. We have more in common with each other than we do any of these politicians or any of these CEOs in these corporations. We all want great schools. We all want better roads. We all want to be safe. We all want to have health care. We all want to pay less taxes, right? My hope and dream is that we can find things like this to unite over. Okay, instead of dividing like they want us in bickering whirlwinds over things. So our eyes are on each other and our eyes are not on them. So we're fighting at each other and we're not fighting up at them. I get it, man. I get it. I don't affiliate with either party. That's just where I am and who I am. I see too much corruption. Been a long time since I've been on. How's your neck? It's good. Thank you for asking. Let me go down to YT here. Intentionally, yes, sociopathic triangulation to divide the citizens, to control all citizens. This is a textbook psychologically term. Hello, sunshine. On YT said that. And that's what it is. We are being divided. We're put into our political voting corrals so we can be controlled. People, Americans and Canadians, everybody's involved. I hate to say just American, because we have our coalition goes into Canada and all around the world. But that's exactly what it is. As long as we're controlled and divided into little groups, or as long as we're divided into little groups, we get into these groups because of tribalism, guys. It feels safe to be a part of something. If it's the red, or if it's the blue, or if it's our faith, or if it's whatever it is, we feel security in that. But the problem is we have talking heads and we have people in corruption that are in control of these groups. So when our algorithm, and we're watching something about the other side on TikTok and on our social media platforms, these algorithms are pumping more of the same things, where we start to believe and brainwash that everybody thinks the way I do, and most people do. And the other side is evil, and the other side is out to get me, and that's how they control us. If we were to rise up against our government and stick together, that is their fear. It's what it is. It's their fear that we stop fighting each other. Okay, let's table all the things. Let's table all the things that we have differences for now. Let's start building and grouping together on some of the things we do. I think all of a sudden we'd have one victory, like this Walmart boycott. Do you guys understand? Do you understand? Because my position on this sides with the left and sides with the right. People on the left, that's why I can't reiterate this enough. Our coalition is filled with both sides, because we all agree on something. Let's stop fighting about it. Muslims, Christians in here, pagans, Buddhists, left, right, black, white, brown, yellow, whatever, all national. We don't discriminate. That's what they want. That's why they keep calling out race and this and that. If we rise up, do you guys understand? If we are successful on this boycott, we will have boycotting power as a coalition. We will have boycotting power that this country has never seen. We're starting with one of the biggest biggest corporate entities in the world. If we could get half the people to stop shopping at Walmart for this 1 week, it's a missile at them. People keep saying that doesn't work. You have to do it over a quarter. People can't do it over a quarter. Some people, all they have is Walmart out in rural areas. And what a lot of people are doing is they're gearing up. They're making one trip before the boycott. They're stocking up for the week. and they're going to sit on their ass and not go to any stores for 1 week. They're making a sacrifice. We have to do this. We have to do this. We are literally firing a missile that's going to take $7 billion from Walmart Corporation. Don't forget Sam's Club. You can't go to Sam's Club and you can't restock, or you can't hurry up and stock up at Walmart. You got to understand, they revenue $14 billion a week. If we could get half the people, there's diehard people that are tribalists with their grocery stores too. Every time I do a video in a grocery store, you always get a bunch of people and talk about sunshine, talk about like psychology. You always get a group of people like, how dare you? My grocery store. And when people start using my Walmart and my Kroger and and my this or that, you get that, and not making fun of people. I do that too. But that means we have an emotional connection to the thing that creates security for us, the thing that we like, even with our religion. We all have different religions and faiths because each of those help what's the word? Each of those help us with our fear of death. And that's okay. That's why in here we respect every faith, every race, every political party. Let's not fight. But that's the thing. There are people that love Walmart. If we could get half the people that shop there for 1 week, we're hit them for $7 billion, not a $45 million lawsuit that takes them 33 minutes to revenue. No more attorneys. I'm done. We're done with government agencies. They've all been cut. And don't argue over that. I make statements. Both sides are corrupt. It's like the Bloods and the Crips out there with the Blues and the Reds. One side's one, and they all have their areas. They all have their areas where they scandal and scheme and loot money. On healthcare on one side, nonprofit organizations that are skimming and healthcare and other agencies like that on one side, and APAC on the other side, and all of them are involved in insider trading. When they put an app out on a congressperson to follow their stock trades, do you not feel like we don't have control anymore? We, the people, does not have a political affiliation. Look at the Constitution. We, the people, means that we give the power to the government. It is to the point where the government is ruling us, spreading us into our voting corrals and controlling us. Somebody hit that Muse song right now. I use that all the time. All right. What do we got over here? Let's read from YT. And it's to root up corruption. That's our escrow. Yes. I don't know if you're talking about us, but that's what we're doing. Guys, our website will be launching. If you are one of the 560, if you are one of the near 600,000 members on any of the platforms, the Jimmy Rig platforms, please go find the Coalition of Consumer Advocate sites. Please, we need people on there. We can't really post videos from there until we're there, until we get that page built. But we are launching the website, the 5013C. I connected with an amazing guy who I'm going to be doing some promos for his company. They help normal citizens create and write demand letters with lawyers. So you personally can write demand letters. It's an amazing thing. He's teamed up with me. He owns his company. He's helping get all the paperwork together for the 5013C, the mission statement. And we're going to work together with his company too. It's an amazing thing. Things are happening, guys. We were on Rogan. If you didn't, please, guys, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, okay? If you don't like Rogan, that's okay. We have to stop doing that. The segment that he mentioned us was about what we're about, and we'll take that. I want that. Okay? He was talking about the corporate squeeze. I don't know. Is he watching he saw my videos, our videos, but the videos that I post that you guys put out there. And I don't know how many he saw, but the words he was saying is stuff I talk in here. I'm not saying he's copying off of me. I'm saying he was saying things that resonate in my heart, which are that corporate squeeze thing where they have to. You guys didn't see. You should, if you are able to watch his show, there was more to it. He talked about more things, but the point is, it's that corporate squeeze. They squeeze because they have to. because they get in as CEOs and they're pushed to keep doing it. You know what I mean? They are squeezing us dry. What about the price gouging that Walmart and Kroger did during the pandemic? That right there. All right. That's insane. Now we're finding out that when you start ordering online, and I talked about this in my Vizio TV commercial, and people thought I was crazy. When you start ordering things online, it's all tailored to what they can get out of you now, based on your income, whatever data they get on you. They're getting so deep with recovering our data, we don't know how deep they're going. Are these corporations acquiring like our annual salary? But they're tailoring. Two guys. Oh, Rich, the producer, somebody know, he put out a video. It's hit millions of views. Well, they did, and I was talking about it, so people thought it was crazy. These guys did it. They're calling from 5 miles difference even, and calling in, and everywhere they're calling, they're getting different pricing on things. All right, let's read on TikTok. Guys, thank you. Yes, tap the live, guys. Tap and share the lives on how you share them out on YouTube. YouTube's just running its own, man. A bunch of people on YT just started taking over, and I see your names. Hello, Sunshine's one of them. Some people aren't here. They know that I started on TT. I'm more comfortable on TT. The YT family, thank you guys for taking over on here. I trust you and I appreciate you. Thank you for all the gifts that have been given so far. Take a deep breath, says Nunya. That's why I got on early today. I'm just livid, man. I'm not livid, but I'm getting inspiration from you guys. I'm getting inspiration of us uniting and getting this and making this happen. Let's see. I expect retaliation, says nobody on TT. Yeah, we'll see. I know. I will be a target. I know that. So we have to be ready. That's why we have to get this out quick, guys. Please go in my profile page, and especially the boycott videos. Go back in there and comment more. Go back in there. YT and FB, I think they already have it governed. I used to get all kinds of views. I used to sometimes get more views on YT, but ever since I started this, it was the first the chicken video that, if you go look on my YT, go look on my page. The chicken video where I got kicked out. Once I launched that, everything's plummeted. I spent 2 hours on the phone with FB trying to see what's going on, because the videos are about retention rate. That's why I try to make them slow, and I can't reiterate more that you have to watch them all the way through. And in the first hour, what we should do is should go live before I post. Here's a tactic. I go live before I post, and I tell you guys, hey, gonna launch it. And you guys go in there and boom, 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 boom. That would be a secret weapon, because it's really that first, even like 20 minutes to half hour. The more comments, the more reposts that are going on in there, the more activity, they push it out, push it out, push it out. Like the one I posted today immediately just drops. So I know I'm all wired. You said take a breath. I'm all fired up today. Start getting people to go to your own page, like YT before TT screws you. Yeah, exactly. So that's what do we call that? Cross contaminate each other. Let's cross contaminate. Let's get on. Because if we get shut down on one, then it'll ruin it. Because we have 2 weeks to this boycott, guys. 2 weeks to unite. We have an amazing response so far. If you guys haven't seen C.O.C.A, he has millions of followers. He is blasting. Sup America is with us too. Go follow Sup America. Go follow C.O.C.A. KAVELLKOVON. C.O.C.A. They're blasting, man. He has a big reach. And like I said in the video I put out today, if there is any other social media influencers out there that have a heart and a voice for the people, please join us in this fight. I'm getting emotional because this has to happen. We have a chance to do what nobody's done. I've seen these Walmart boycotts all over. Somebody posted a couple. We have to get half the people. Walmart revenues, $14 billion a week. Okay? If we get half the people to stop shopping at Walmart like a missile. That's why we're aiming and firing. People are complaining about it. They don't get it. There's people that have to shop at Walmart in rural areas. We need to do this for 1 week, and we hit them for $7 billion. The last class action lawsuit was $45 million for the grocery, what was it? The Walmart weighted grocery settlement is what it's technically called. Or the stuff that we cover. 45 million. It takes them 33 minutes. 33 minutes to revenue $45 million. Do you think that hinders in any way? They do not make statements over anything they've done. Any of the class action lawsuits, like the 5 class action lawsuits from 2008 to 2014 over unpaid wages, missed breaks, unpaid vacations, discriminations, pregnancy accommodations. 2016, same-sex spouse health benefits. 2020, overpriced pricing, intentional pricing mishaps over the discounted meat. In 2025, collusion with Pepsi, which was tossed out of federal court from a certain administration. Don't fight over it, guys, because both sides are corrupt. Okay, but that's it. And then the class action lawsuit I'm talking about, the $45 million class action lawsuit that takes them 33 minutes to recover from. Well, let's talk profit. Instead of revenue, let's talk profit. It takes them 18 hours to recover from. They profit 45 million in 18 hours. Profit. Okay? Walmart is investing. They're investing all this profit. Well, we are struggling. Walmart increased profits by $2.5 billion last year. Well, we're struggling. I walked out of the grocery store due to this inflation. I walked out with 2.5 bags of groceries for $85 the other day. And there was not a steak in a bag. Okay. 2.5 million is what they increased. And then what they're doing with that money, instead of hiring quality control and the meat managers that they got rid of, this is what I call for. This is what my demands are. Because of what we cover. I want a quality control team, whether it's 2 people, 1 person, 2 people, or a team in every Walmart, doing what I do: spot checking, overpricing, checking pricing, making sure things at the register are the same as what they are on the shelf, covering all that. There is absolutely no quality control in Walmart. They're basically shoveling shit on shelves for the peasants, for the taxpayers. And whatever the quality, here's the other thing. When you see the brown meat in there, a Walmart GM average salary is $160,000 a year. That's pretty good. But this is Walmart's deception. The Walmart gives these GMs an incentive to turn a blind eye, to not spot check things, to put out brown meat, because they have a 200% chance for bonus. 200%. And a lot of it is involved with shrinkage. So it's like giving them incentive to push spoiled food, to not check dates, to not care if you're getting charged more. I've never seen anybody reported getting charged less at when they go through the cash or through the cashier. All right, YT, what are you saying? So remember, Dollar Tree has cases of 2x2 poster boards and $10. Get on the public sidewalk and voice frustration. Who? John Swanson on YT wants to take it to the streets. Do it. Go out and do it, guys. We have 2 weeks. We're in this to win it. We're in. We've pulled the trigger on this, and I'm not giving up. We pulled the trigger on this. We're spreading through the videos. Get them out there. Make your own videos. I haven't seen somebody making their own video yet, except for Cabell Cabal. But we Unified and Sup America, the 3 of us social media creators. Please, other social media creators that have a heart and a voice for the people, please join us. I'm getting calls. I'm getting invites on podcasts and stuff like that. But I need your help. Right now, a coalition of consumer advocates. If you're a member, I don't call you followers because we're a social media platform that does action, that does things. You guys aren't following me. You're members with me. We do this together. Our tagline is, we do this together. Together we create change. Okay. But what we have in our coalition is a mass amount of you that get these videos out and rant and rave about it on other platforms. Hundreds of you tag me on all these. That's how I see other stuff. So you guys are working. You're out there working too. I'm not doing this on my own. You guys are working. You're tagging me in these other videos. The butter, the what the fuck, what the fuck, the butter, and the some guy, I forget his name right now. He on TT. If you're on here, say something. He just sent me like 15 pictures of mostly great value products underweight. He's out there doing it. Okay. But that's what I'm saying. Most of you, our coalition consists of people who get the videos out there that start to chatter in the comments. That is a major thing, to get in there and just start talking. It moves the videos. But then then we have our people on the front lines, literally thousands of us that are out there on the scales. And that's what Bob Hart asked me on the WBBM in Chicago interview I just did an hour or 2 hours ago. He said, that's what he said. He said, now he said, so do you think this has had an impact on the public? I'm not speaking verbatim. He said, do you think this has had an impact on the public? He said, because I know when I go out now, I'm checking to make sure everything weighs. And I'm like, exactly. That's the effect it has had. Before that first package of chicken, people trust. We're too busy in our lives. We're too distracted in our lives. Another thing for me to do. How many people say, oh my God, I'm tired, when in the comments when you see one of my videos, right? That's what he said. And that's the thing. There's literally, and I say that in a lot of my videos, we have scales and we are checking. We don't even understand the ripple effect this has caused on companies and corporations that are like, wait a minute, guys, did we check the scales this week? Or wait a minute, guys, we need to stop cheating. Because there are mistakes out there, but corporations like Domino Sugar, we know because of whistleblowers like you, and whistleblowers, you work for Walmart, you work for any of these companies. I give you and I don't ever anything on my children, but on my children, you have a safe place. I will never, ever, ever give you up, put you out there, put you on. We had the whistleblower for Domino Sugar, which that's what Rogan saw and was talking about. We did a campaign. I did the investigations, and the rest of the community did campaign, getting the videos out there for over a month and a half, more than that. And we had Justin Gray, an amazing friend who I consider a friend, an ally of Channel 2 News, WSB. We had him team up with us because we actually found that together. If you go back and watch the videos on my profile, they reached out to me on the other stuff that I had been finding, and we went out to do a food audit together. They wanted to follow me into the store, and what do you know? We found that Domino Sugar together. So he was like, I'm invested in this, man. This is like no better time. If you wonder if other forces are working and what we're going on, that might be an example, because it launched everything. Besides the USA Today over Kentucky Legend hams that I found double the weight, they blew it up, and they ignited. We need media, and because of you guys getting the videos out there, it attracts the media's attention as well. So then Justin Gray that's what these, and we're getting to the point, guys, where some of you guys that start working in coalition of community consumer advocates are going to be making these calls instead of the media, calling Walmart corporate, calling Kroger corporate, calling Domino Sugar, because it's happening, guys. We launch our website soon. Our 501(c) and our 501(c) is coming soon. Okay. But Justin Gray went and he called them, and they made a statement. And what did Domino say? Do you guys remember? Were you anybody here for that? Domino said, we check our scales. They made a statement. See, we have a pattern with these guys. Since Kentucky Legend and Domino, we see the pattern. Here's the pattern. We push the videos out. We get it in their face. They deny it, of course. I keep finding more. Now you guys keep finding more. Okay? And then all of a sudden it attracts media. But then like Justin Gray got in their face, called them, and they said, their reply was, we made a statement and said, we check our scales daily and have rigorous inspections. Okay, you're in charge of no, that's not how it works. The greedy corporation that's cheating people by millions of dollars on who knows hundreds of thousands of bags of sugar that were underweight. We caught them. Doesn't get to check their own freaking scales. That's not how it works. So we went back out. Oh, yeah? And Justin Gray told me offline, he was like, Jimmy, and they were like shitty about it. It was like they were shitty about it too. I was like, oh yeah, we'll see. And I went out and found bag after bag after bag after store, 14 different Krogers I kept going to. I put 10,000 over 10,000 miles in 5 months on that first campaign. And what do you know? They made a second statement. That second statement saying, well, okay, we do think there might be as sugar coated and as protective of their corporation as possible. They said, we are just like Kentucky Legend did. Same thing, 2 statements, a lying statement, then the statement with somewhat of the truth, but an admission, a shaded admission to guilt, but we are going to fix things. And they did. Because I went out there, you guys went out there. That's the power of what we have on social media. We are conversing. We are all over the country telling each other. I was in a store, I saw it, taking pictures. If you go through the threads, you see picture after picture, especially Kentucky Legend when that happened. I'm in Wisconsin. They do have the hams. I'm in Florida. Chink, they don't have the hams. They were supposed to withdraw the hams, and some of them did. Some of the Walmarts didn't withdraw the hams. They kept selling them at 100% profit because they got a credit from Kentucky Legend. This company is evil. This company only cares about squeezing us for every penny. So Domino made a statement, and they basically, from what we can find, they fixed it, the problem. But here's how we know what happened is a whistleblower contacted me and said, hey man, I work in the production facility and for these exact same bags. He's a hero. I covered his name up in the video where I said a whistleblower because I protect anybody with information. But he said what they did is they had so when the bags are sealed, they go over a conveyor belt, over a scale. Each one is individually weighed. And if it's at a certain weight under, they'll kick it off. If it's under the weight of the 2 pounds, it'll kick it off. So what he told me is what he told us is they had it set. They had the variant set wide. So up to 2 ounces under was going through, 2 ounces over. So he said after the viral videos, they set it back to 0. That's what you guys did. You guys and you guys. All right, let's read. Thank you guys for all the comments. You guys are making it go. We got to push hard on TT. I got they're governing my live because they said I was trying to. I'm not even gonna talk about it. It was about selling third-party products, and I wasn't. They're looking into it. They're gonna fix it for us. Criminal Thief, says Robin. What do we got on YT? Let's give YT some love. This is on purpose, and they sell more and profit more than the lawsuit. And it happened before. This is from J Don. Walk the line. There you go. Man in black. He says this is on purpose and they sell more and profit from it more than the lawsuit. And it happened before. Same as chemical companies dumping streams. Exactly. It means nothing to them. If you weren't on here, I'll repeat it over and over. The last lawsuit was $45 million. It takes Walmart 33 minutes to revenue $45 million. And they profit. Understand this about meat, okay? On this chicken that we found, guys, keep sending me more pictures and videos of this chicken. Once the website is up, that's where there'll be an area for you to upload all your videos and pictures. Right now I have it in comments and everywhere. I have so much going on, but like with this chicken, okay. With the chicken, I'm finding, you saw my videos, I'm finding 60% of the batches. I'm taking batches of 20 and 15 at a time, sometimes 10, and I'm weighing them real quick in the store, then weighing them on my scale, and then weighing them on their scale to prove that you ain't trying to say my scale's off. We're using yours too. But I'm finding up to 60%, anywhere from an ounce in the package underweight, all the way up to 3/4 of a pound underweight. I got a guy that sent me that was a whole pound underweight. I think he was in New Jersey. A whole pound underweight in package. Not to mention all the liquid that is in those. Technically, this is how they do it. It's just like MMA weigh-ins, right? Or wrestling weigh-ins, or jiu-jitsu weigh-ins. This is what it is. It's the opposite. Whatever they can inject and how much weight they can get in that fucking chicken. By the time it goes over the scale, who cares what leaks out of it? Have you ever bought that Walmart brand chicken? It's slushing full of. I did a video on it. There has to be 8 ounces of water just in it. Okay, so that's how it works. So technically, they get the water, but they're you guys are sending me pictures that are up to 1 pound under in the package. So here's the deal: like with the Kentucky Legend hams, where I found the labels were double the weight on who knows how many across the country. Walmart pays the cost of the case. I'm sorry. Walmart pays for the cost of the weight of the case. They weigh the case in. They weigh in the case. They pay for the case. So if the labels are all jacked, 25 cents, 50 cents, $2 in the case of Kentucky Legend, $15 over what they cost. The prime rib I found in Walmart, $14 over what it really costs. That is pure 100% gravy. Extra profit for Walmart. It's a scam. It's a scheme. Things like 9 Lives, where we find one bag that's 4 pounds underweight. That was huge. I mean, I'll go ahead and say that maybe that might have been a mistake. The scam is when it's a little bit over a lot. That is an outright fraud scheme. And there is no way that Walmart does not know this is going on. They have testing facilities all over the nation. You don't think, as money hungry as they are, as much as they squeeze us, the consumer, for every penny that we have, you don't think that they're testing to make sure that they're getting the money from these purveyors that they're using to weigh and label the stuff, unlike some of these other, like Publix, that takes accountability at least and weighs it on their own, puts their own label on it. We did it. Walmart does that because it cuts on labor, because they cut everything out. Meat managers, quality control teams, they cut it all out for the bottom line. But they also do it because we found in the case of Kentucky Legend, they also do it because what happened with Kentucky Legend? What happened with Kentucky Legend? They made 2 statements, just like Domino. I kept finding hams. You guys kept getting the videos out there. And finally, I made that last video where I looked into the camera, and I have to look at both of you at the same time, and I said, Walmart, you are 100% responsible for what is on your shelves. After that video, 3 days later, within 3 days, they called Kentucky Legend and told them, you need to make a statement. You need to withdraw. We need you to withdraw all the hams for PR purposes. And you'll donate them to shelters. You'll donate them to food banks, and then you can use that as a write-off. You understand that's what happened. It was $970,000 in product that they withdrew. That's what $750,000 to $1 million is what the internet reported. They didn't disclose it, but the internet did ChatGPTs and all. They did all the calculations, whatever. So basically, they got a write-off. They have it set up, guys, so they can get us and get around us. So they got a $750,000 where they should have been hit for that. That's why we're not into class action lawsuits. We're into getting them where it hurts by boycotting for 1 week. We boycott Walmart for 1 week. They revenue $14 billion a week. If we can funnel this, if we can turn this into an arrow, and fire it into that week, and half of us shop at another store for just 1 week. If you're in a rural area, go out on Thursday or Friday somewhere else, make the 40-mile trip just once, stock up for the week, and do it. Others are saying that's what they're going to do. Do it. Thank you, Sue. I see you. If we can do that, we can hit them for $7 billion. It takes them a lot longer to profit or revenue $7 billion than it does 33 minutes to revenue 45,000, like the last class action lawsuit. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Let's get some comments. I came on early today because I am full of life. I just did the interview with Bob Hart and Andy Greicher on WBBM in Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Each and every one of you out there, you heard me. Did anybody hear it? Because he gave me the opportunity and I went off. It's a live show. I hope I didn't hurt any sponsorships. But he asked, and I already talked to Andy before that. He was like, we love what you're doing. We love the boycott. So they're behind us. They might not be allowed to say that, but they're behind us. So he asked about Coalition of Consumer Advocates and really what are we trying to do? And I said, well, funny you should ask. We officially launched 2 days ago, or was it? Yeah, 2 days ago, a worldwide Walmart boycott over all the multiple class action lawsuits and infringements and atrocities that they have committed against the American people, and especially that 45 million what we cover, and and all the items that I find short weighting. And I said, if we can get 14,000, they make revenue 14 billion. And I said it out loud into the airwaves of Chicago and the world. If we can get half the people who shop at Walmart to boycott for one lousy week, we can hit them for 7 billion, guys. I just told you a story how they get around it. You know, they doubled it. They turned that these evil corporations have ways of turning bad situations where we're finding product into even more profitable, because with Kentucky Legend, they were supposed to withdraw $750,000 worth of product and donate it to food banks where they're going to get a tax write-off on that anyway. But what we found was, and I have video of it, I'm confronting two managers who made a beeline and shot off the floor because that's what they're taught to do. Walmart teaches their managers, do not talk, do not admit to anything, blame shift, direct to corporate. Callie, who's that? Kathy, thank you for the galaxy. That goes towards me launching out in the motorhome in October across the country. Thank you. All the gifts are going to that. Plus, I have methods in my bios on every platform. But yeah, look at that. So then the rest of this coalition started taking pictures out into Walmarts, out and sending pictures like I was saying before. I was like, guys, we need to know. I'm making videos. We need to know. Did they withdraw the hams? Did it? Because I found a store. It was the same store where I found 8 Kentucky Legend hams with labels that were $25 where they were supposed to be 9, 10, 12. How many of those went out in Spark or what do you call that? With delivery services? How many elderly people in their little motorized battery, the Walmart cards, reached over the the cooler to just pick out their Kentucky Legend ham and were ripped off $12? And you guys went out everywhere and were like, pictures, don't have them here, have them here, don't have them here. Canada, everywhere. But look what they were doing there. We had whistleblowers tell us then. Whistleblowers told us. I'm going to read comments in a minute, guys. I'm sorry. I'm on fire today. We had whistleblowers tell us, hey, man, at my Walmart, I work in the meat department. My manager had me hide him in the cooler, and we put him back out after 3 days. We shut Kentucky Legend's website. Well, they pulled it down. Kentucky Legend pulled their website. Do you remember that, guys? They pulled their website down because the statements they had to make were up there. Stupid them. I had them already caught screenshot, and we still broadcast them. But anyway, so Walmart was the stores with the greedy store managers who make $160,000 a year with 200% chance for bonus, an incentive to cheat. Here's the example. Put them back out for 100% profit because you ain't going to tell me they didn't get a credit for Kentucky Legend. That's a big contract for Kentucky Legend. All right, let's read comments. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm telling you, I am hyped up today. Yes, Funky7 on YT says, and 7 billion sends a message, don't screw with us. Guys, do you imagine when we are successful at this, and we will be, when we are successful, we will have the boycott power that no other organization has ever had that I've known in my lifetime. Then who's next? If we could do this with Walmart, we can take on anybody. Another one. Somebody said I measured Kentucky Legend at Publix. They seemed okay. Yeah, at Publix, first of all, Publix has a meat manager. Publix has a whole team. You go in there. First of all, when you go into Publix, there's 3 managers on the floor, 3 store managers with shirts and ties. Can I help you? You go back to the meat department, there's 5 or 6 people through the glass working in there. There's people out on the floor rotating stock. I don't do a lot in there because I haven't found a lot, but like there's too many people. They're going to see me. That's a good thing. That's what we want. But they make their own labels. They weigh the stuff themselves, and they also sell for one price. So so here's how this works. SPG, SFG is the Korean company or Japanese Korean company that owns is conducting legend. Anyway, they shoot for those pieces that weigh exactly 2 pounds, so they could be sold at a lot of stores. A lot of grocery stores sell exactly the 2 pound chunks or whatever you want to call them. They're over and under a little bit. We hope. I weighed a lot of Publix. I didn't find anything. But then the ones that are 5 pounds, and then they do the half hams. But all the mixed matches, that's Walmart's deal. That's how they probably got the deal. You know what I mean? They were like, well, we have all these chunks that aren't in the 2 pound range. So will you take them? And yeah, but Walmart got rid of, any accountability in that area. All right, let's go to TT. Sorry. I need to put my glasses on. Let's do this, people, says Mr. Sparky on TT. Sue, thank you for moderating. Hey, buddy, we'll be doing the boycott with Walmart. Stacy Daly on TT. Spread it. Please go in and get the videos out there, guys. Get in there and comment on them. The one I made today was lengthy because I had a lot to say, guys. We need to unite, regardless of our political party, regardless of our race, our gender, our sexual orientation, regardless of our faith. This is a bipartisan issue, man. They want us divided. They want us picking and fighting at each other because our eyes are not on them. We're fighting over the issues instead of fighting at these government and these corporate CEOs. Sorry. As I said before, guys, we the people does not have a political affiliation. It does not. It's we the people. We give the authority. In the Constitution, it's really stating that we the people are the ones who give the authority to the government. The government does not give the authority to us. And that's what's happened. The federal government was created to support the states. It has been flipped, where now the states are supporting the federal government. And we are all slaves on a tax farm. We have no control where our taxes go. We're taxed out the ass on everything. You're taxed when you're born. You're taxed when you die. You're taxed 30-some percent, 33% or 30% federal, 8 to 10% state. You're taxed on. This is why marketing is and there aren't regulations and they're not enforced and they're overlooked because what happens every time you buy something? You pay a tax. Okay. How's Jimmy today? What's up, Train? Doing good. Sorry, YT, I need to do it like this. Am I scared for my well-being? No. No. I'm fine. I have a mission. I have something to do. We've come a long way in 5 years. A lot of people don't know my story. I'm not really getting into it. You could go on TT and scroll down about 200 videos and see what's gone on in my life in the last 5 years. I literally crawled out of a dugout cabin homeless that I made in the woods to be near my kids, and TikTok. My family, my 40,000 at that time, which we accumulated 40,000, got me into an RV, got me on my feet because, and we developed a support family. That's what we did before this, right? I got sober in the woods. I've been sober for 5 years. I got sober in the woods, and we helped out people with struggling with alcohol. We help people with traumas. We help people. People connected on my page. That's the foundation of what we're doing. We care about people. You have 40,000 people already were here that care about people. We used to help women get into shelters. We used to help people get into grants to get into detox. We used to help. I mean, people just connected, whatever you were. If you were SA'd, if you were PA'd, whatever, people connected. We help people. We did kidney rallies and help people get kidneys. So that's the heart. That's the heart of what we do. There's people that have dedicated their lives. I would go on 10, 12 hours a day. Remember Christmas? I went on for 18 hours on Christmas for anybody that was ready to unalive themselves, anybody that wanted to pick up a drink. We went on, remember? And you guys spent time with I'm just alone with my dog. So you guys spent time with your families and kept jumping back in. And this is my TT, my TikTok family. And I'm going to get emotional because I owe them my life in the world. So am I concerned about my well-being? No. This has been a 5-year journey to get where we are now. And I believe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I love my life. I love my kids. I have no means would ever think of harming myself. I'm getting emotional, TikTok. Jimmy rolls, bro. I'm getting really emotional. Sorry, because I go back to it. Go back if you want to go on TT. Go all the way down to a black and white picture of me sideways. When I have a beanie on, that's my story. I don't think it's on YT. It might be. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Train. All right, let's see what do we got over here on. Woo! I will. Whoa! Comments are going great on YT, guys. You keep the comments up that pushes us out on the platforms. We're hanging with 106 on TT and 79, which we're being governed because of a claim. It's going to be lifted on TT, so our TT really needs tapping, and it doesn't matter. Whatever's supposed to happen will happen. I didn't know your story. Congratulations, Jimmy. Thank you, American girl, gal, 69. You all know we're going to vote Jimmy on the ballot. I don't want to be in politics. I want to fight the politicians. Thank you. I've been watching you since your homelessness. Sleepy time videos. Yeah, I remember. It's been a long journey. See, that's the thing, man. When we're in manifestations or whatever your call is, let's get a little woo-woo for a second. One thing, guys, is it never happens in the time frame we think it does. I've been frustrated over the last 2 years in this RV doing nothing until now. It's just never in our time. You always find out the reason when you find out the reason. Thank you, guys. Boycott Walmart. Yes, guys. August 28th through September 3rd, we are unifying left, right, straight, gay. Left, white, straight, gay. Christian, Muslim, Buddhist. Female, male, female. Everything. We're putting aside our differences. Is what we need to do in this country. It is of the utmost need. We are being politically divided on purpose, guys. We're not gaining any ground because we're too busy fighting at each other instead of fighting up at them. We are going to shoot a missile between August 28th and September 3rd and hit Walmart for $7 billion. And it only takes half the people that shop there. I've calculated, loyalist and tribalist. And I mean, we connect with things emotionally. Our religion, we connect with, that saves us from our fear of death. We connect with our grocery stores. That's where we get the deals and it helps me save money. And I'm going to survive. It's survival instincts. I get with the group, the left or the right, because they're against the people that are the other side is trying to kill us. That's all brainwashing, guys. We have more in common. I have more in common with you and you than I do with any politician or any CEO of any corporation. There you go. Guys are posting it up. Thank you. You guys can post it on here. Keep posting it. August 28th through September 3rd. Make your own videos, guys. I haven't seen one yet. Cavell Cavan has millions of followers. Sup? Man, him and I have gotten to talk offline. Now, Cavell and Cavan and I have already been planning this for months now. We've been waiting for a spark. His chicken was one thing. I'm not getting into the DD stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Apparently, he doesn't want to be a part of any of that. I respect his wishes. Damon, I respect his wishes. That's cool. It really wasn't about him. It's about what they did to him. But, man, I respect that guy. I don't care what other video, blah, blah, blah. That's besides the point. He wasn't the main point of the whole. It's just, it was what was done was wrong. Because they did it to me. Go on my videos. They kicked me out of Walmart when I was trying to show them that 11 packages of chicken out of 21 were underweight in the package. And they kicked me out of the store. I set them to the side. Go watch some videos. I set them to the side to tell them, weight them on my scale, weight them on their scale, because they don't do it. They don't have the manpower to do it. I get it. The GM for his bonus wants the product to go out underweight because that's extra profit. Because they pay by the weight of the case, not by the label. They kicked me out. I haven't been back yet. I'm letting it lay down. They'll ban me. That's what they try to do. And I mean, David Darling is a totally different situation. My situation is, and I was kicked out by what do you call them? Because there were no managers in the store that night. At 6:30, not a single manager. The only supervisor was stuck on a register. I was trying to talk to her while she was working. Customer service was closed at 6:30. Saving that bottom line, huh? On a Saturday night. Can't get any help. You know, this is Walmart corporate. This is store managers, not the employees. I stand for the employees. I have a list right here. 5 class action lawsuits between 2008 and 2014. Unpaid wages, missed breaks, unpaid vacations, discrimination, racial discrimination, gender discrimination, pregnancy accommodation, lack of. Thank you for the gifts. Lack of, you know, they're trying to kick me out because I'm exposed. Instead of fixing the problem, hundreds of thousands of packs of chicken all over the United States and Canada and the world, for all we know, wherever Tyson is one of the major. Tyson is packing the woody breast in here. That's what I've noticed. The pack that I weighed in house, I've eaten 2. I have to, man. I can't afford. People are like, "Where all this food's going to waste? This bacon and stuff that you weigh, and what are you doing with it?" Oh my god! I have a freezer, for Christ's sakes. I have to eat it. I can't afford. I'm one of us. I live in a motorhome. Jesus, help me. But instead of fixing the problem, they want to eliminate the truth. They're going to eliminate the guy that's pointing out what's going on in their stores. Instead of fixing the problem, they want this stuff going on. I had a guy, I was on it, and I think I got diverted. He sent me like 15 pictures on TT. I'm getting into this frozen food, guys. Go check the GV frozen vegetables. That's where I would say right now. He sent me carrots. He sent me like the stir fry mix. He sent me peas. He sent me all kinds of frozen vegetables, man, all underweight on a scale. Walmart is the biggest culprit in any short rating I've ever found. I've proven the great value shrimp that was shorted up to 6. I'm going to read some comments. Up to 6 ounces on a bag of shrimp, dude. I have videos. Go to Walmart Shrimpgate on TT. Over my videos on my profile page, there's a playlist. I put everything into playlists. It's like 8 videos on Walmart Shrimpgate. I weigh 13. Thank you for the gift on YT. I put 13 bags. I found I have a video where I show you the poly, what's it called? I'm drawing a blank. The polyphosphate, the tripolyphosphate. That's what they put. But that's what they were doing with the great value shrimp. And I know, in my opinion, and I would bet my bottom dollar, it's an old saying, that they were in collusion with the shrimp companies, because there's no way they don't know what they're getting. I prove on it. I take Kroger, the glaze, what it's called is glazing. So they take the shrimp, they dip it in tripolyphosphate, which is horrible for your kidneys. Any frozen shrimp you buy, rinse that stuff 5 times in a strainer. Tripolyphosphate is horrific. I mean, we don't even get into the poison that they're putting in us. We're just been doing weights so far. We'll be doing stuff in Coalition of Consumer Advocates on I'm showing on TT here. But I prove I gave Kroger a pack of 2-pound Kroger, 2-pound Walmart. I thaw it all out. I pour the glaze water that's thawed into a measurement container for both. Kroger had 100 milliliters of glaze, liquid glaze, de-thawed glaze. And what do you think Walmart had? Over 200 millimeters. So what the Indonesian shrimping companies were doing, and I believe with Walmart knowing, because they were probably giving them a great case price, because there's nothing really weighs 2 pounds. Well, it does when it has double glaze on it. And I even show you that they weren't 4150 ones, or they weren't 5160 ones, or whatever one it was. They were smaller. I think a 4151 should be like 11 grams or something like that. Thank you for the gifts, Firefox. But I believe, I'll be your Huckleberry. They put a hat on me in TT, a cowboy hat. But yeah, that's what I believe. You know how many bags of that great value shrimp they sell a year? 50 million. All right, read some comments. Whoops, I'm moving this around. Sorry, YT. Anybody got questions? Guys, please make your own videos. Make your own. Once again, I'm going to say this. Any content creators out there, any Man, I don't know where Doc Compton. I'm kind of. I talk to Doc Compton every once in a while. We're not like friends. Anybody know Doc Compton? He calls. I love him, man. I've been following him for years. You know, I don't know where people stand on this, man, but somebody like him cares that he has a heart for people. If any of you, I didn't reach out to him, but he's amazing, man. He's a good guy. But any of you social media influencers have a heart and a voice for people, please join this cause. 1 week. I keep forgetting. I cover YT when I put my hand over there. YT, or I'm sorry, what they think you're the problem. Stay safe, my friend. Watch your back. Money, money, money. I know, Mac. I know. And Walmart hitman come for me. I've already moved. I'm not where I was before. I moved 2 days ago. I'm in an RV. I moved on to some private property somewhere else. Yeah, I got out. I moved. I'm not super paranoid, but I had been in the same spot for almost over a year. So I'm moved. I'm gone. I don't have an address. So yeah, but I moved. So and I'll be doing that. I plan on hitting the road. If you guys have any grocery stores, please put them in the chat. That keeps my mind on them. And it also helps the chat move. Name some grocery stores. I know Albertson, I know HEB. I'm leaving in October. If you want to help support that mission or anything else, I have beans in my bio always, and there's a GoFundMe that's especially for. It's going to be a lot of gas. Thank you for the daily harmony. It's going to be a lot of gas. I mean, my motorhome is a '99. It's old, but it only has 30,000 miles on it. It ChatGPT said straight to Cali from Georgia is $1,000 of gas. My plan is to go down to thank you for reposting the live. Down to Florida. I have a buddy down there. I'm gonna stay down there for maybe a week, catch up with him. Maybe he'll go out with me and hit some stores down there, back up, and then straight to Texas, around the Panhandle, is up it is, straight to Texas, then over to California, up the West Coast, and then hopefully, I'm sure there'll be funding along the way, man. I don't ever, I know there's no pressure on this, guys. It'll get done. I know it's hard. People are struggling. I'm donating plasma and door dashing for this trip as well. But plan option 2 is that by the time I get to Oregon, if I don't have the funds, I'll just make a triangle instead of a rectangle across the country. Specialty Foods Group, yeah, LCC, that's who it was. I might be behind on the comments. I lost you. Yeah, somebody said Specialty Foods Group. That's who. That's who. Um, uh, 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 Kentucky Legend. I'm on YT now. If the chicken is being sold, this is Jay Ward. I start reading before I even read the whole thing, so I'll stop if I'm not saying it's anything bad, but I just realized that about myself. If the chicken is being sold at $3 a pound and the sticker shows 2.5 pounds, but on the scale at the register it only shows 2, will adjust the total to reflect average size. Will they? Are you asking? Will they adjust? It says well, so I don't know if you're asking and you meant will or you're saying wheel. Or do you work for a company? I'll just answer it. I'll try to catch it if you respond. Um, the problem is the scales. I said this in the Kentucky Legend video, the one that I fired at Walmart and said you're responsible. There's I know POS because I worked in banquets and convention centers. I was a food and beverage director at large facilities and off-premise catering in front of the house. But I know POS systems, man. They're in the POS, just like produce. I mean, you should be able to go through Walmart, either the cashier or the self-checkout, weigh your ham, and if there's scan it, weigh the ham like produce. If there's a discrepancy, the system can be set up to flag it, the cashier remove it out of inventory and donate it to a food bank or do whatever they want with it. Remove it out of inventory, and then nobody gets ripped off. Will they do that? No. They're making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of stuff going out the door that is underweight. Walmart is short weighting us on multiple products. Man, that guy sent me all those vegetables, dude. Great value vegetables. He's just firing off pictures. He's a warrior, man. I forget his name. And many of you guys can't do it. I understand. You guys get the videos out there. This is the most, I get overwhelmed because you guys are great. This is the most amazing community. I never thought I'd be here. God was like, after our support group, and we help people stay sober and get sober and help people with traumas and kidneys and stuff like that. I took time off, and who would have, it was just like, whatever you believe in. I believe in a lot of stuff, but it was just like, all right, here's what I got for you now. You're going to find this pack of chicken at Walmart after they steal um, your protection, after they steal your firearm out of your glove console during an oil change. 2 weeks later, you're gonna find a pack of chicken. You're gonna get enraged, and you're gonna make a video, right, of it being $19 when it was in the same Walmart that did that stole your stuff, stole your protection. And you're gonna make a video with the 40,000 people you had from what we were doing before, and you're gonna go viral, and you're gonna become the fraud guy. It's gonna be awesome. That's what I imagine my conversation was with the almighty being. The grand poobah of the universe. God, man. It's a crazy life. Because this is little Jay Ward talking up a storm. I love it, brother or sister. I just assumed you were a brother. I'm curious what lawyer would have to say about false advertising. Yeah, I've had a lot of lawyers attack me. So let's talk class action lawsuits, which we're going around it, man. Screw $45 million for these attorneys. But if we want to hit them both ways, out of the dozens of attorneys that have contacted me, there is one here in Atlanta that I think is a decent person. I really got along with his assistant. But anyway, this is how class action lawsuits work. And you guys ask me all the time, why aren't you people? We'll talk about weights and measures in Georgia too. That's why we're going around it all. I'm waiting on government bureaucracies, man. They're all controlled anyway. Some of them are bought off. This world is corrupt. Our government is corrupt. Everything's corrupt. We have to take matters into our own hands by, not violence, by boycotting. I have to make sure I say that when I say the words take matters into our own hands. Don't anybody, any company, corporation, or attorney out there try to say that I'm insinuating violence. There's no violence happening. Violence against a bank account. That's it. A corporate bank account. That's the violence. Don't even try. Somebody screenshot this so we have evidence of me saying this. But for class action lawsuits, I cannot be a part of one because I know before the fact in a class action lawsuit, there has to be victims, many of victims. They'll take one and make them the plaintiff in the class action lawsuit. So what you guys need to do is whenever I find something, then we're showcasing it like this chicken. This is the time for the chicken. This is chicken time. You guys are sending me all these pictures. You should be buying it, freezing it, and saving your receipt. And then DM me like you are. Some people are DMing me. Call me, DM me. So, this is where I need help. We're getting there, man. I get more help. We're getting our consumer advocates. I'm pointing to a picture YT on TT on my screen. Coalition of Consumer Advocates. We have our website coming up. We have our 501(c) coming, and we're going to be needing help and getting help. People to call these corporations instead of the media for us and demand answers. We're with the Coalition of Consumer Advocates, and we're wondering why this chicken is underweight. What do you have to say about it? But you guys have to do that, and then we could take our evidence to an attorney for a class action lawsuit. That's how they work. All right, let's TT, what are you guys saying? Love your videos. Thank you. I still have Cass. Yes, my dog. Keep your receipts, guys. Somebody's saying over on that's NC, babe. Time to talk on TT. If you want to know anything, ask questions. Hi, Jimmy. Sorry, I keep missing your live. That's okay. Thanks for being here. We are kind of throttled on TT right now. They claimed a violation of trying to sell scales to a third party. And I'm not doing. I tried a couple to fund this trip. I tried doing a partnership with A. Cooley fans. And on TT, you saw the video. We got nothing for that. They don't even have the fans in stock after me and my daughter spent 10 hours making a video and I'm all caffeined up, and my shirt's irritating me. You can't even buy it in this region, and I got on TikTok for that. I'm like, you're trying to say I'm selling scales? I don't sell anything. I tried to sell TT scale on my live, and I went in partnership with the people in your. I'm not gonna. They'll flag us even more, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm not doing that anymore. There's one company that I'm in talkings with. I promised them I would do one, but I kind of took a break. Is the Cost Pal app. I'm behind them. We just have to wait for a minute. I had Temu offer me $1,500 to make 2 videos for Instagram and TT. $1,500 to make 2, and I refused. And she keeps asking me in the email. I mean, I need the funding for this trip. I'm setting out, if you're just coming in, I'm setting out across America to investigate more grocery stores, the ones in your area. Um, but yeah, I mean, I could use that money, but I'm not promoting Temu. They sell crap products. You know, that's one thing about my motto is stay honest, and they can never prove you're lying. That's the motto. I'm not going to sell crap. I'll turn the money down. We'll get it other ways. We had Nikki. Oh, what's her name? I forget her last name. The actress in Atlanta, Nikki Brucer. She donated $500. I'm sorry, I'm screwing up her name. I have so many thoughts going through my head. She donated 500. An actress. We're getting recognized. We were on Rogan. Don't debate about Rogan, please. Take it in context. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's so many people that hate him. A lot of us just, I don't want to get into that, but he was on point with what he was saying. He called us. He was commenting on our work, the Domino Sugar stuff, and he was talking. These corporations squeeze money out of people because they have to. When do these corporations have a break-even year like we have? We have been in 5 years, as of March 2026, 5 years of inflation. It had peaked definitely over COVID, and then it dropped a little bit. Now it's peaking again. And Walmart has increased profits last year in inflation, 5-year inflation, by $2.5 billion from squeezing us. No, it wasn't Nikki Glazer. She was on Real Wives of Atlanta. Hold on, I'll tell you. I follow her on Instagram. I knew she was. There, she came right up. You wonder if your phones are listening to you. Oh no, that's not her. How many times do you talk? We all know that. You got to shut your mic off. Oh wait, I don't have my Wi-Fi on. Stay with me, guys. Don't leave. People are asking recommendation. I'm not even saying this. Somebody's asking for a recommendation on a weighing product. Can't mention that on TT. God. Um, Hold on. I don't know. I'll look it up later. It's taking too much time. All right, let's read over here on the corporation. This is Daniel J. Trev on YT. The corporations don't have to steal from consumers. They simply decided we aren't. Yeah, they simply decided we're not worth being respected. Great point. Yeah, they don't respect us, man. We are cattle. We are consumers. We're cattle. If we are successful at this boycott and start being able to change things. No, it's not heat. Now you're making me look for it. Everyone, please help Jimmy's journey and donate to help out this young man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing my part. I get $450 for donating plasma. I appreciate it. It's in my bio. You guys can put anything up there if you want. My Cash App and all that. So on the GoFundMe, we're at 1,420. We're at like 33%. I put 4,000 there for gas to go all around the country. It's 1,000 in my motorhome, straight shot to California. We're going to be going to Florida and Texas and up and over and around places in your cities. So we're at 33%. It's good. We had a lot of help last week with that. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on this boycott right now. But thank you guys for bringing it up. Deep state going to collapse, says June. Third eye. She's got a third eye. Daniel, I already read one from Daniel. I'm on YT. If you have anything to say on TT, say it now. I'm coming over to TT. It's the most underweight item. Are you asking what is the most underweight item I ever found? Well, that would be 9 Lives. Grumbly, I think that's what you're asking. Grumbly Door Official on YT. You go in my videos. There's a 9 Lives video. Oh, and there's a good point to make off of this. There's the 9 Lives. I found a 8, I think it was 8-pound bag of cat food. It was 4 pounds light. It was under by 4 pounds. So, but here's the point to make on that. With Kentucky Legend, and the Kentucky Legend hams are what, I don't want to say famous, got me known for. I don't ever consider myself famous. I don't want to be famous. I want to be in a fight against these corporations. But the Kentucky Legend hams were insane. They were like $15 or 15. What were they, like 3? They were only 3 pounds overweight, but there were so many of them. But they were like $15 more than they were supposed to be. I found in Walmart, found prime rib that was $14, I forget. But the point is, when we used to have these, when we, like I was saying before, we find our pattern in media catching up with our investigation as you guys keep putting the videos out there. Or like Justin Gray, they are going to, they're calling Walmart corporate and saying, hey, it's Justin with WSB. We need a statement. We need some sort of comment. And they give them something. Betty Lynn Fisher was the reporter from the USA Today that helped us in the Kentucky Legend investigation. And they gave her a blame shifting right to Kentucky Legend. It has nothing to do with that. But the point is now, because, and this is like 3 months ago, when we were only at like 400,000 followers, and now we're at 600,000 followers or members on 4 platforms, and over 160 million views now on our videos. 9 Lives, literally within 2 days, reached out to me. And then Aldi, the case, I just grabbed one right off the first thing I went into, check lunch meat. I grabbed a whole case. Aldi has it in the cardboard cases. The turkey, the deli turkey, the 8 ounces. Is that what it was? 8 ounces. The whole case was under. I was just bang, 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 put them on a scale, my scale, bang, bang, under. There was one that was off. It was on. They called me within 6 to 8 hours. So we're getting that clout. Came here from a video saying we are boycotting Walmart at the end of the month. Go, Laura House 448. Yes, ma'am. Please share it out. Talk about it. Go back and watch the videos. The video I made today was lengthy, so it didn't get the push that you want them short. You want retention. You got to watch them all the way through. A lot of people just dropped. I put it at a bad time slot. I should have waited until about 11 around lunch hour. But with that being said, go back into the videos, watch them, comment in them. Kind debates with each other. I want us unified, but share them, repost them. Please make your own videos. Other social media influencers, if you have a heart and a voice for the people, please join us in this fight. People don't understand the magnitude. We are aiming a missile between January 28th and September 3rd to hit Walmart, who is had countless class action lawsuits over the last 20 years, including the one last year for $45 million it was the Walmart weighted grocery settlement over what I cover, the weight discrepancies, product being underweight and being ripped off for. It was a little bit different, but similar, which it takes Walmart, if you're new here, 33 minutes to revenue that lawsuit, $45 million. We are aiming at them during this time period, August 28th through September 3rd, to basically take them for $7 billion in revenue. They revenued $14 million a week, and we're going to show them We want quality control personnel in the stores. We want every purveyor that they use. We want inspectors. Whether they obviously don't do this. They'll tell you they do it, just like they told us Domino told us they check their scales hourly. A bunch of bullshit. We want inspectors going to all the purveyors that they push the labeling and the weighing and the labeling off on, so their hands are clean. If they is what they will say they did with Kentucky Legend, and to cut their labor. We want stuff being done. We want inspectors. We want all this, especially with the Great Value Foods. I found countless items. Man, this guy sent me that great. Go check the Great Value frozen vegetables, guys. Hey, Jimmy, longtime fan on TT. This is Brad Gen X. Thank you for doing what you do and opening the eyes of all consumers. You're welcome, brother. But please, and each of you out there on TT and YT, thank you. I'll say it over and over. I don't see myself as anybody special. I'm one of us. Just one of us. I'm a regular guy who had a little platform and all of a sudden became big. I believe I'm supposed to be doing this. I guess I'm one of those type of people who believes they were given something to do, but it's you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I'd be an old man making videos bitching about his chicken not getting what he paid for pound wise in his chicken. It's you guys. You guys have to understand. I've been saying you guys are the other half of this. I think you guys are more. I think I'm 25% of this. I think you guys are the other 75%. Getting the videos out there, commenting, sharing, getting them out there, going, thousands of you now going into stores. They know that consumers are out there. They know there's a safety net across. Canada's doing it now too, across the US and Canada. We don't know the ripple effect of what we've caused. Other companies that are saying, man, we better check and make sure our scales are right. Or other companies that are saying, hey, man, we better dial back the scales. We're not gonna be able to cheat on profit this for a few months, because people are out there checking. I did the interview today with. I'm repeating myself a little bit. We got new people coming in. I did an interview with WBBM and Bob Hart, Andy Greiser, Bob Hart Business Hour just at 1:00 Chicago time today, and he was saying that. He was saying, man, he's like, what has this done for consumers and people in your coalition? And because I know when I go out there now, I'm checking things on a scale. Or when I get home, I'm weighing it. Thank you for the popular Precious. Precious. That's what he was saying. I said, that's exactly what's going on. Everybody's doing it now. Everybody's checking. We get so passive. We are pacified in our society, especially in America and our society, man. Football's hard. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. Got to get to this concert. Working too hard, especially. We are work animals in this country. We are literally slaves on a tax farm. We're so distracted. People are too busy. Now I got to go to PTO. I worked 12 hours today, and now I got to go to a PTO meeting. I was going to check my chicken. Check my meat. We're distracted. All of a sudden, you guys we've made a call out to people, man. You got to check what you're buying. They're intentionally ripping us off. They're intentionally short-weighting us. We've shown people. You should be proud of yourselves. I'm getting emotional. Coalition of Consumer Advocates, each and every one of you that is a member on all 4 platforms, you should be proud of yourselves. You're changing the world. You're changing America. You started with America. You're changing. We don't know the ripple effect that this has had on other companies. We don't even know. Just amazed by you guys and grateful. Can't wait till BioMeat shows up. Everybody says that. There is no 3D printed meat. There is no cell process. There's none of that in stores now. That is all clickbait, and that is all scare tactics. That is not true. The price to manufacture that it would be $75 for a pack of chicken. It's not true. You're watching those AI videos that are saying all that. It's not true. I did a video about it, and I had to pull it because it convinced too many people in the beginning that I was promoting that, and I cut it in half on TikTok. and I'm not mentioning his name. He's a good dude. He ripped me apart for it. I'm like, you didn't see the other half. It says there's part two. And at the end of the video, because what I did was pull people in that believe that, like, oh, he's going to show us. Jimmy's going to show us. And then maybe I shouldn't have been like that. I was so good at the first half because I had chicken what people are claiming, and it's woody breast. So in the second part, I showed you it's woody breast, it's spaghetti meat, it's these corporations, it's more corporate greed. Oh, since 1955, I think it was, they've been breeding the biggest chickens with the biggest chickens with the biggest chickens. You see all those, videos. The chickens are so big, they're top heavy. I even had that in my video, that you get that grainy, you can't even chew it. I dissected it. I had a whole video. I could repost it if I wanted to, but it caused so much controversy. I'm sticking to what we do, but there is none. There were two restaurants that were showcasing, like, come get lab grown meat. It was like $800 a head. And they only could do like 40 people a month because the supplier can't even produce it. So don't fall into that. Will it happen someday? Possibly. It's going to take a public. I mean, look at us, outraged over the thought of it already being here. Nobody's going to buy that shit. Gotta watch. All right, comments. YT. Right, boycott. This is break the spell. He's telling everybody, right, boycott Walmart with the dates on a sheet of paper and tape it inside your car window. Yeah, guys, let's go other methods. We have to be successful at this. I wish somebody would pick us up. Just keep getting it out there. Keep getting the videos out there. We have 2 weeks. That's why I picked 2 weeks. People are like, why not do it now? And why only do that time? That's not going to do anything. It is 2. Everybody can't boycott Walmart for a week, man. Let's live in reality, okay? There's people that have to shop at Walmart. I got a guy. Oh, are you on here, buddy? Okay, so for a side hustle, he doesn't have Costco, but for a side hustle, he does food sales, like concessions. And every Monday he goes to Sam's Club and he has to get it. There's nothing 60 miles from him. But he said, listen, man, I'm going to strike my menu for that week, dude. That makes me, that somebody's going to, dude, that's sacrifice for other people, man. You have to look at it for what it is. That's sacrifice for other people. What's up, Chico Torres? He's sacrificing his business and his family for a week, man. That's somebody with skin in the game, bro. That's insane. He said, I'm going to do it, man. I suggested with a lot of other people. There's people in rural areas, man. You got to think about other people. Like it's easy to get caught inside of ourselves and understand. But that's why when we share, that's what's great about this coalition. We share ideas. We share information. We get in the comments and we become friends. I see you guys in here talking and saying, yeah, and what's up? And I agree with that in the comments. But what a lot of people are doing, because they have to shop at Walmart out in, the sticks, there's nothing for 40 miles. A lot of people said, hey, me and my family are getting in the car Thursday night, and we're making that 40-mile drive to the whatever grocery store. We're going to stock up for the week. We're going to do it. The other thing is EBT, guys. I did it when I did it. EBT hits on the 1st. That's why I say this is not about the red and blue. This is about the rich and the poor. Don't divide ourselves over stuff. Not at the stuff we have in common. I understand other issues. Let's table that stuff for now. Guys, let's come together and unite over something. That's what it's going to take. Instead of being intentionally divided like they do with us. Bickering, like I said in the video, bickering whirlwind. Man, you're out to kill us. And you have to get it. Breathe. For 1 week, unite. And we do this. Have you ever done investigation at Sam's? Yes, and be noted, guys. Sam's Club is involved in this too. Any Walton-owned, anything, Walmart, Sam's Club is a part of this boycott. I did one in there real quick. I did like an introductory video. It wasn't much, and I did one for Costco. It got people asked me what I recommend at Costco. 100%. Publix in my area that I've noticed has been good. A recent consumer report will tell you that shopping in Costco will save you 21.4% more than Walmart. Yeah, I just thought that was touching, man. That guy was giving up his menu. You know, he said he's going to stop his side hustle. What else we got? I just joined the live. Not sure the reason for the boycott. Okay, we're gonna go over it again. Ready, guys? Talk amongst yourselves if you understand. Reason. First, go on to my page when you have time. Look at all the items in the last 6 months. I have shown that Walmart is short weighting. Other companies too, short weighting us on products intentionally. This chicken is the newest one. They kicked me out of the store. They didn't ban me like Damon Darling. Not yet. They kicked me out of the store, and when I was showing them that 11 packages, and this is the fifth. At that time was the third, but I've been in 6 WalMarts, and everyone except for one of those Walmart marketplaces, it was underweight in large batches, up to 60% underweight. And I've received, I don't even know, I've been saying dozens, it's getting more than that, dozens and dozens of pictures and videos all over the country where people are finding them, up to a pound. In one video I showed 11 out of 21 were that 60% that I weigh in the store on my scale and in their store on their scale, they are underweight. And Walmart pays for the case price, the weight of the case on those products. So it's an intentional scheme at 25 cents a pack, 50 cents a pack, $1 a pack that goes out the door that is all gravy and extra profit. Besides, we'll talk about the class action lawsuits. I mean, 20 or 30, not to mention the opiate, the 2 that were kicked out of federal court due to bureaucracy, okay, and administrations. They're all evil. They have good in them too, but they all are corrupt, red and blue, as well as doing good. I side with the blue on a lot of things, and I side with the red on a lot of things. But I know they're both evil. And they're both corrupt, and they all have schemes and scams and are all taking money. When Congress people, red and blue, have lifetime careers in Congress, in the Senate, that's when we know something is going wrong. And the only way to get them up, because they spend so much time with other companies and corporations that they have relationships where money is being passed back and forth. Extra things are given, and laws and legislatures being built around these companies. That's where our main problem is in this country. We need to get them out of there and into 4-year terms. Let's give them 2. 4 years enough to get whatever they want to get done. I mean, you got to imagine the young, politician, man, 34, 36, 38 years old, young, getting into it, gets elected, into his as a congressman. And he's just like, I have so many things I want to do. And I got to, and areas I want to help and improve for the people. And then a couple years into it, now he has 3 kids. His wife's at home. He's struggling a little bit. Wants a better move to a better house and all of a sudden the first corruptive kickback comes in, and he starts taking. And how are we going to get them into 4-year terms when they're the ones that vote on the bill, the law, man? The whole thing needs to be torn down and rebuilt. But talking about Walmart, multiple class action, 5. This is the thing, like, people don't understand. Like, most people do. I have nothing against the employees of Walmart. And I understand this boycott is not going to be good, but you got to understand there's way more people suffering. It sucks to have to choose. It's not, I'm not going to be that, I am not that ignorant to say, go find another job when you work somewhere for 20 years and have a 401k. I'm not stupid. But sometimes in battle, it isn't pretty. But what are you going to do? I feel bad for the employees that are understaffed and have no more meat man, especially meat department. And I feel bad for them and overwork. And between 2008 and 2014, 5 class action lawsuits in that small period of time. What is that? 9? What is that? 6 years? 5 class action lawsuits. Thank you. In 6 years. Thank you, Kara. Over unpaid wages, missed breaks, unpaid vacations, racial discrimination, sexual, gender discrimination, pregnancy accommodations. 5 in 6 years. 2016, same-sex spouse, that's a tongue twister. Same-sex spouse healthcare benefit lawsuit over healthcare for same-sex couples. We're way beyond that, aren't we? even in 2016. 2020 overcharged where the reduction stickers, they told you it was reduced, by $6 down to, 15.20 for the ham or for the rump roast, and nothing, and it didn't add up. There were a lot. 2025, there were two that I think weren't actual class action lawsuits because administrations like the Pepsi one, and we don't fight over that in here. Please do not. You can do whatever you want in your own time. Unity in here. Okay. But facts are facts. The administration that was in 2025, the Pepsi, within weeks of being put into office, into the administration, kicked the Pepsi Walmart collusion case out of federal court. And it's all about that corruption I'm talking about. Okay. It was a perfect union who I aspire to be like. If you don't know who a perfect union is, go on YT here. It's a 15-minute documentary. Pepsi, it's a conspiracy where Walmart and Pepsi were colluding and raising the costs on all the mom. This is how they killed the mom and pops. We all say that. Walmart killed the mom and pops. Here's how. Here's how. They got with, I think they're doing it on Breyer's ice cream. It's $4.75, depending on where you live in there. And it's $7, $8 in every other store. But they were doing it with Pepsi, where Pepsi got with them, was like, we'll raise it everywhere else if we get the contract and give it to you at this price. So a perfect union did a documentary. They went into a mom and pop, and the guy was like, yeah, you should get in favor. This is what I'm here. This is what I pay for per case. Holy shit. That's all Walmart's paying. That's why we need whistleblowers. This is a safe space. I would never, ever give your identity or cost you your livelihood. I care too much about people. And that case got kicked out. The other, which, because I'm a person who has a heart for addicts and recovering people in recovery, as is myself, is was it 2000? When was I can't remember the date on somebody can look it up. The opioid, when the opioid crisis, I believe it was in the 90s, or was it 2000? I don't know. But they weren't cohering. They were holding back information and letting opioids go out in mass amounts. They were holding back information. They were trying to hold it back so they could, basically, you could practically write a script on it. There weren't oversights and regulations. And that was like that in Florida, man. I lived in Florida at that time. And you could say you twist your ankle and walk out with 90 P's. The same thing with, you could basically write a script on a cocktail napkin at Walmart and walk out the door with a bottle of medication. So I hope I explained everything. YT, what do you got to say? Walmart short 3 slices of bacon per package. Matthew, you saw my video. Thank you guys for getting that video out there. That's a big one. I've been investigating. Walmart will never admit to anything. They will. I believe anybody wants to go test that great value shrimp. I believe that they fixed the shrimp problem for a while, because I've tested over 150 bags. And I think because of the videos, I mean, it got almost 6 million views, I think, on YT. See, I used to get huge views on YT. But anyway, he's talking about the bacon. So yeah, I've been investigating that great value bacon for 5 or 6 months now. I let off it for a while, and I just went back out again. And what do you know? I find it. I go through one sleeve and find 3 or 4 packs that are underweight. There were more than that, but they were closer. I just showcased on the biggest ones I found, which were, what were they up to? They were up to 1.5 ounces underweight. And then I weighed it out a package and it was like 2 ounces. Illinois governor told us to leave if we don't like it. Really? I haven't had much. Another thing you got, a lot of people say is, this is probably the most popular comment. Take it to Weights and Measures. Not in Georgia. I took the whole Kentucky Legend scandal. Thank you, Linda B, for your daily harmony. Guys, thank you on TT for the gifts and on YT. I talk and I don't notice them sometimes, but I can't reiterate enough how grateful I am. Anything that's gifted or goes into the methods in my bio are going towards the trip in October to get me out near the stores, in stores near you. It sounds a little cheesy, like in the stores near you, but to get me out there so I can investigate other stores besides here in Georgia. I want to get to the ones that are in your area, like you guys are requesting. But What was I talking about? Yeah, but I mean, I took that to the AG. We we weren't even considered the Coalition of Consumer Advocates at that point. It was just Jimmy Rig and a bunch of people. Um, I put the number up on my live a couple times, and countless people called them. I sent them emails with videos attached. They didn't do anything. Justin Gray reached out to them when he did the interview with me. When we went on an audit together, and they didn't have any response. But he said they responded to him recently, and we're talking about going out. He even said to me, maybe we'll all go out together. And I'm like, I said, oh, okay, sure. And then I thought about it. I was like, do they really want me around? I don't know. But I like Justin Gray, and I consider him a friend. Um, how do Publix do? I recommend Publix. I mean, you're going to find mistakes everywhere, but Publix has a meat department, and they weigh this and label the stuff themselves. They take accountability for the weight. So right there, I give them 5 points out of 10. They get 5 points out of 10 just for weighing stuff themselves and taking accountability in that manner, right? I mean, Kroger does too, but Kroger, guys. That's the other people saying, well, people just shop at one of the other stores that are ripped. Yeah, I know, man. One at a time. Geez, we're taking on the biggest. What does Walmart own? We looked it up last night. I knew it, and I keep forgetting it. 25% of the market. 20%. I think it's 20% of the market. Kroger, or it's 14 or something like that. Yeah. We investigated the Kroger cheese. I found Kroger cheese underweight up to 6 ounces in a 12-ounce package. Countless. These are the ones that are intentional scams. The Domino's sugar, the Walmart brand chicken that we're on now. There's countless, and when people start sending me pictures across the country, it's everywhere. The Kroger cheese, and if you didn't see that, that's go in my bio and go in people's profile. I understand. I don't go on people's profile page usually, unless one of those cop chase or one of those police videos where they're not following the Constitution and they're calling them out, and there's a part 2, or there's a DUI stuff. But on my profile page is everything, guys. We're more than these. We're not like any other platform on social media. That's what Bob Hart was saying. Like, I've never seen anything like this before since when I did WBBM today, an interview on live radio in Chicago, and saying like, this is like, oh, what was his name? Not Ralph Nader, but the other guy in the 70s. Forgot, I'm drawing a blank. That did undercover investigating. Like, we are making change. I mean, I'm not doing videos hitting myself in the head with a frying pan or lip syncing to music. This is a whole different following. It's not a following. It's a membership. You belong. You're a part of this community, this coalition. I forget where I was. We got a lot going on TT here. What are you guys saying? How about Wegmans? I don't know, Des. That's what I'm saying. That's what people are saying. If you want to help in my bio, with support, I plan on. I can't do that my own, man. I barely get by. But people are asking, are the grocery stores? I'm heading out in October, as far as I can go. On the GoFundMe, it's in my bio. We're at 33%, I think, 1426 out of the 4,000, which is for gas to go around the whole country and travel around. We'll see. So we're making good progress. I live in Georgia, so I've done Kroger, I've done Aldi, I've done Dollar General, I've done Walmart, I've done this fly in my face. What else have I done? A few other around here. I've been watching your page. Nick says, I've been watching your page for a little bit. You think we should start measuring liquid products? Oh, that's a great question. I never touch liquid. It's fluid. If somebody wants to get into the down to the side, and you guys send me pictures on that. Thanks for that question. Fluid ounces is measured in volume. The best way and it's all different. And the best way, condiments are all like that, yogurt's like that. Everybody talks about the yogurt cups. I started at first and I got educated more. And I was like, this is really hard to prove and hard to tell, because basically like this, and 5 ounces of water are heavier than 5 ounces of whipped yogurt, air whipped into it, like the Breyer's ice cream. Like I always say, my landmark is Bluebell and left is real close to real ice cream, and Bluebell and right is all shit. Hydrogenated oils, coconut oils, whipped air, doesn't even melt when you leave it out. So I stay away from fluid ounces. It's measured in volume. It's going to be lighter. So you're going to have a tub of ketchup from Costco that says, 1.5 pounds or 2.5 pounds on it. And it's going to come in at 2.1. That's just how it is. And the things that are for to weigh in store, this is what I love about you guys. I can't afford to buy products. I can't we don't have the budget yet. Maybe one day we'll have the budget. Like that Great Value shrimp, I weigh 13, and I used my own money, and I was making some money off the videos back then. I used that money to, buy $400 worth of shrimp. I can't do that. But what you guys do is you're weighing everything that comes through that door in your kitchen. That is a strength. And then putting your own videos. If you make a video, please tag me in it or send me the video so I can post it too. I'll give credit to you. If I ever forget anybody, I'm sorry. Things are a mess, but I mean, all over the place. I'm starting to get the help I need. But yeah, so I just stay away from fluid ounces. I'm coming to YT to read some. Make your questions now. I cut out buying ice cream completely. Yeah, me too, because I took a month and a half off because I was exhausted from that first campaign. I mean, I just crashed. I got a little depressed. It's just me and my dog here. And I swear to God, I had 12 half gallons of ice cream in like 30 days. I put on like 20 some pounds. It's coming off again. I'm back on the carnivore diet. Ice cream's not good for you. Good afternoon, everyone, says Patty Girl. There you go. Greet the whole room. Hey, YT, what are you guys saying? Peachy Man on YT says the entire industry should be fined and made to put groceries back to pre-COVID prices. Yeah, what about the gouging, Peachy Man? Let's talk about Kroger and Walmart. Bro, this is stuff, we can't forget this stuff, man. We can't forget that when we were in a tragedy that this world has never seen. Maybe the bubonic plague. These corporate dude, that you should never be forgiven for that. You should never be forgiven for that ever. Nobody should be shopping at Walmart. I understand. I'm in a rural area. I moved, by the way. I moved 2 days ago. I moved my RV to a private location. Discord. We were on Discord. If somebody wants to head that up, the person who used to head it up isn't around anymore. I don't think she is. But if somebody I need help, guys. It's got to be people I know and trust. So you better start talking to me behind the scenes so we get to know each other. If you want to do that. But yeah, they shouldn't be forgiven for that, man. That is an unforgivable offense. Price gouging Kroger and Walmart during COVID. You serious, man? That's insane. Good comment. You're doing awesome work, Sting. If you're commenting, reposting Sting, and sharing the videos, you're doing awesome work too. Yeah, somebody, Grumbly, Door Official again says, if you have any open stuff in the kitchen, weigh it on YT. They're price gouging now. I know, brother. Chicken farmer. Did you see my videos on the chicken? What they're doing? I catch it 60%. I'm taking batches going in the store. I don't even show all the footage. I can't show all the footage. If I show all the footage, the video will be too long. And not you guys. I know you guys watch them all the way through, so they go out further, but they push it out to a new group of people and they'll just cut off after 10, 15 seconds. But I'm testing batch after batch. I'm finding up to 60%. Brother, they're up to 60% of the batches are underweight up to 3/4 of a pound. I mean, we're talking, and because Walmart pays by the weight of the case, not by what each label says, it's not an itemized label list they tally up. Because they're paying like that, they're profiting 25 cents, 50 cents, the ones that are a couple ounces under, the ones that are quarter pound under, the ones that are half pound under, 3/4 pound under. Offering 20, somebody can do the math, 25 cents. You have to go on my videos, and people have 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1 something. They're profiting. That's gravy. That's theft. It's a big pile of thievish gravy. That's what that shit is. I don't go to China Mart unless I have to. Says, oh, I'm coming over to TT. I skipped you guys. Sorry. This has to be brought before Congress, and the whole industry should be fine. Hey, but somebody was saying this. I'm coming to you guys, TT. Somebody was saying this. They said they're in the trade. Does anybody in the trading industry? They know stocks. They know. I don't know that. I'm a very humble dude, man. Well, how humble to announce how humble I am. But I'm a humble man. But but I mean, hey, you're as good as the people you surround yourself with. I'll stick to what I'm good at. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about the 501c and the, and that our buddy, man, I'm going to start calling him my partner. Darren is helping us launch our website and all that. But what this guy was saying in one of the comments was, if we are able, I don't know how true this is. You guys tell me. If we are able to be successful at hitting them for $7 billion from September, August 28th to because they revenue 14 billion. If we get new people in here, if we get half the people to stop shopping at Walmart for 1 week, forget the $45 million class action lawsuit, which is 33 minutes of revenue for them. We can hit them for if we get half the people to stop shopping, hit them for $7 billion. There was somebody that said he's in stocks and trading that would take them off the S&P. Is that true? Does anybody know? I think that's exactly verbatim what he said. Anybody know? Get it in the comments. If somebody says on here on TT moderators, I got to make, are there moderators on YT? There's a couple people I have in mind to be moderators on YT. I don't know if there are or not. I'll chat GPT that later. Somebody, Rose, I'm jacking that up. Baronade. 460, I stopped shopping at Walmart, but a lot of people weren't. That's why we're going for half. And it's very important, guys. Like I say, this is not right or left. This is not red or blue. This is rich and poor. EBT comes out on the 1st. Those are the people that have to really, it's hard for them. You know somebody on EBT and they have to take the bus to Walmart, give them a ride to the store. Let them stock up at least through the weekend, man. I'm not looking at that as an obstacle. Oh, Honeyman, Insider. Whistleblowers are all welcome. Let you know, I know that you're just shouting out there, but if you ever have any information, I would never hurt you. Any whistleblowers, I would never relinquish your identity. I've already proved that over Domino, the whistleblower that told us what they were doing with the scales and cheating. Never gave his name up. I blocked it, and I showed his comment, but blocked anything that you could tell identified him. He says, Honeyman says the store I was at made 400,000 a day. Yeah, Walmart collectively makes that 40. Like I always compare it to the $45 million lawsuit. They make 33 minutes. They revenue 45 million. 18 hours they profit 45 million. Seeing if anybody knew anything about what I said about the stocks. Oh, let's not forget the prices with tariffs and all that. Yes. We talk about facts here. We don't fight over teams. But facts are facts. I love you guys and the way you just handle that. And that's respect to me. Because if there's anything I can do, my dream is to unite people. I believe we're being politically divided on purpose. Algorithms. Oh, thank you, Linda B, for the gift. That goes to the trip across the nation in October. But I believe we are politically divided. They keep us corralled into our political voting corrals. Okay. And algorithms. That's why the US wanted TT. Not for, I mean, I'm not going to talk too much on it. They're going to reduce my live more. They cut the payouts by 2/3. So I don't make any money on there. Nobody does. It's creators. It's the worst out of all the platforms. Yeah. But that's not why. It's information. It's data. It's media, propaganda. But not just that, it's control of propaganda. The way algorithms work, if you're on one side, red or blue, if you're a far left and a far right, if you're far right and you're scrolling, this is Chase Hughes. If you're scrolling, if you're looking up certain things, it's just going to fire more. It's going to show you the craziest people on the left. If you're on the left, it's going to show you the craziest people on the right. And it's just going to create a brainwashing that you don't even see what the other side's talking about. You don't see the points that you actually have in common with the other side. We have more in common with each other than we do with any politician or CEO of any corporation. On some issues, we need to unite and forget that. Despite our political affiliation, despite our race, despite our gender, despite our faith. We're tired of being ripped off. Let's stand together on one, man. Let's stand together on one. If we are successful at this boycott, we will have boycotting power that no other organization that I know of has had. Maybe there was one. We are up against the biggest giant of corporate entities right now, in the grocery market. There's much bigger corporations, BlackRock, Vanguard. But you know what I'm saying? We got to be successful at this, guys, and it's through unity. Okay, what do we got here? Back to YT. Jimmy is exactly. Well, let's read one where somebody says Jimmy is exactly right. It'll say he's a big asshole. I didn't read the bottom of it. Frank McLeod, right? Frank McLeod, 2565 on YT. Jimmy is exactly right. Right left voting no longer matters. It's all the same machine. That's my belief. And if it's not your belief, that's okay, man. What do we have in common with? You know, a lot of it is psychological. We feel safe with a group. But the problem is if the head of the group, especially the media head of the group that's controlled, is telling us who to like, who to not like. I think for myself, man, I have critical thinking. I'm not going to let anybody. That's why I don't belong to a party. Because I agree with the left and I agree with the right, but I know they're both corrupt in major, major ways. In major ways. It's all the same machine. The presidency is not a person. That's what we are so, what's the word? We are so conformed into Hollywood and visual worship of singers and actors. These people have no business. Who cares what they think? Because you like their songs, you think they're attractive, they inspired you in a movie. Who are they to tell you about politics? Who are they? But we do it. Taylor Swift will sway votes. What does she know about anything? She is out of touch with who we are. Did she struggle paying $80 for a week's worth of groceries last week? I did. Not even a week, 4 days worth of groceries. Taylor Swift didn't struggle with that. George Clooney didn't struggle with that. They don't have any business being in our game. And those are facts. But we're so conditioned to that they bring in people, we elect them. Are we electing them for the knowledge that we have about what they know about politics? And they're controlled. My favorite, there was a group called We Are Change, and before they inspired me. Does anybody know who We Are Change is? They were out of New York. They were one of the first ones to go out there with a cell phone and get into the face of congressmen. They chase them down the hall. Now everybody does it. Chase them down the hall. I remember one was getting in the he sticks his hand in the elevator, keeps it open. It was like, so why were, and answers the question, man. They were in their face. I remember one time they went out onto the street. This was in the days of 90s, late 90s, and they held up pictures. Like, they would stop New Yorkers and say, hey, can you do a little talk with us? We're going to record it. You'll be on TV. You'll be on the internet, blah, blah. All right, they held up pictures of Snooki. You know who this is? Yeah, Snooki. You know who this is? Kim Kardashian. You know who this is? Michael Jordan. And then they started holding up their local Congress people, their local representatives, and people were just like, I don't know, taking wild guesses, man. Stay away from Walmart, says Z-Man. I love you, Z-Man. I'm starting to I just came back doing lives. I used to do them a lot with the other genre I did, the support family we did. And I'm starting to get to know some of these new people. I'm seeing you a lot. Z-Man, I see a lot. Hold on one second. Do you think the bigger issue is the quality of our food? Most definitely, Kim. Kimmy Ann on TT. Yeah, it is. I mean, I was going over that a minute ago. I mean, this was the first, we've gone through 3 phases of corporations infringing upon us to keep corporate since the pandemic, to keep profits increasing. Like Walmart, $2.5 billion increase last year, 16 something to 19 or something like that. Increase. First, we noticed they cheapened the ingredients in food. Fillers. I remember buying a pepper, great value pepper, and it looked like sawdust was cut into the pepper. The cheese got yellower. Homogenated oils. The ice creams became whipped air with oils. You know, it's basically cool. Breyers is Cool Whip. Flavor Cool Whip. That's what they first started doing to keep their profits. You know, when Rogan had us on, and I know a lot of people don't agree with Rogan, we don't fight about that in here. Okay, he was on point on what he was talking about with what we stand for, that these corporations squeeze more profits. He would say, squeeze more profits. They do. They have to keep increasing. We have break-even years. We have setback years. They don't. And they'll do whatever it takes, which means endangering our health. That tripolyphosphate that's thrown double glazed in great value shrimp or double glazing it's horrible for your kidneys. But they cheapen the food. Then after that, what did we see? We saw shrinkflation. Everybody knows what shrinkflation is. Smaller portions in the same boxes at the same price, or smaller boxes at the same price. And now this has all started this year. I guess I was one of the first people to discover it. It just happened. I saw a pack of chicken. I had to watch what I was paying, and it was $19. It flies in $19. But now it's straight up short waiting, people. Chrissy is boycotting Walmart forever. Happy Friday, says Tater Mike. There's Tater Mike. I'm about them taters. Gonna give me some of that French fried taters. I know Tater Mike for a while. Every time I see Tater Mike, I gotta do my sling blade impression. The food on the very top shelf is meant for the military and police only, honey, man. All right, YT, stay away from Walmart and Sam's Club too. Most important thing oh shit, am I running low? Hold on, I'm not plugged in. Computer's running low. One of the most important things, yes, this includes Sam's Club, guys. Sam's Club too. Please make your own videos, man. Anything. Seriously, even if you only have 500 followers, just type something up. Do you know how to type something up in the editing program in TikTok? Or I use CapCut because if I make a video on TT and then put it on YT, it doesn't go as far. But just make something up. Just the dates of the boycott. We got to get this out here. We have 2 weeks. I purposely picked just 2 weeks, not too long, not too short, to try to get momentum. Hey, Jimmy, how about we start a consumer for honest information and packaging? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, where are the companies? You know, I showed Sugardale. I mean, they pumped their ham full of water, but I showcased in a video Sugardale ham that was over by like 10 to 15% over what it said on the package. You know, a lot of it's water. I don't know. But it's no more water. Maybe more water than Kentucky Legend. It's no more water than the other brands. But what's the other brand, John? What's that other brand? Smithfield. You know what I mean? But they were over like 15% on their ham steaks. A reputable purveyor should be packing an overage, and every food's different with the FDA, but they should be packing an overage up to certain percentage, up to 10% or whatever, 7%, 5%. One, to make up for shrinkage, especially with produce. Make up for shrinkage. Two, make up for packaging. And three, to make sure the customer is getting what they're paying for. I mean, things have changed since the 70s when I was born. First of all, 61% of Americans were middle class in the 70s. Do you believe that? I just saw statistics. 61% of Americans were middle class. But there wasn't this greed at every turn. This is like status quo now. And to be marketed at every turn. And a lot of it, we got to take blame for it ourselves, man. We're consuming more than we need. And I'm going to sit on a high horse because I'm a minimalist and I live in an RV. That happened by chance. I lost everything, became homeless, built a dugout cabin I lived in for 3 years. When I found my TikTok family, it helped me get into this RV. But, I decided, you know what? I like having just what I need. That's me. But we buy. We do it off of emotion because we're so depressed. We get that little endorphin drip like we do from our likes. I can't help it. I'm addicted to social media. I'm on it 60% of the, I'm on it all day because I work on it. Every time you get an endorphin drip, we're human beings. We go after feeling the hit of that cigarette, the whatever, whatever, the whatever. Buying something makes me feel good. You know, it's just we consume too much too. That's why they have advantage over us. We're desperate for this and that. Walmart. Let me go down to YT. Anything else? Well, I like this one, Frank. Oh, it's Frank McLeod. I said him before. Uh, Shop local as you can. Eat seasonal veggies and fruits, not imported stuff. If you can do that, 100%, man. I would like to have land someday. I'll put this RV on it. I don't need a big house or anything, but I want to be. I was before. I used to have. I rented the property. I was in a residential neighborhood. I had chickens, and canned food. I had a garden and herbs and canned food. I incubated chickens. I didn't get to harvest them, but I was practicing. Then I ended up homeless and got to do it. Then I got to build a 20 by 20 log cabin by myself. Um, I used to watch all those shows, Dual Survival and Angela Bulldog 5. I shared the video of the announcement of the boycott about 8 to 10 times. I'm not done yet. Angela, you're a warrior. Thank you, hon. We need everybody doing that, guys. Please, I can't stress how important this is. We can do this. We only need to get half the people, but we have 2 weeks to get this out there. If there are any other large or any, it doesn't take large, but if there are any other social media influencers that have a heart and a voice for the people, please join us in this fight. I mean, if we are successful with this, we don't have to trust in government agencies, the ones that have been cut, and even when they're not being cut, they're on the take, and they're corrupt as well. I don't know what's going on with weights and measures in Georgia. I'm done reaching out to them. I mean, I was done over the first Kentucky. I couldn't believe that they didn't reach back out to me over Kentucky Legend. Nobody does. But I'm boycotting. Somebody says that's frontiersmen. Joe Rogan mentioned me. Yeah, I know. I did a video about it. You saw that? That's an amazing thing. Whether people don't agree with him or not, man. It's 16 million followers, and he agrees what would we agree with in that context. I don't ever throw the baby out with the bathwater, and I admire. I'll be honest with you. I admire a lot some of the things that he stands for. Just like I agree with the left and I agree with the right. I make no affiliate. I can't make an affiliation to any political party when there's so much corruption in both. When they both wave at you and say, we're the good ones, they're the bad ones, in their hands in the till, your tax till. I just can't do it. I know too much. I forget what I was saying. But if we are successful at this, we will have the boycott power unlike no other organization has ever had. And then whatever's next will be next. And we're not going to frivolously put it out there. Walmart is, hands down, the worst violator of short waiting products. 100%. They're in collusion. They've been caught in collusion with Pepsi. I state that they were in collusion with the shrimp companies, double glazing, shorting people up to 6 ounces on 2 pounds of shrimp. Class action lawsuits from 2008 to 2014. 5 class action lawsuits for Walmart workers. Here you go, guys. We stand for you too. Please understand this. Unpaid wages, missing breaks, unpaid vacations, discrimination, racial, gender, pregnancy accommodations. 2016, same-sex spouse health benefits. Class action lawsuit, caught, violation. 2020 with the reduction stickers, where they're marking them down, but when you get to the register, they're not really marked down. Dollar General just got in trouble for that last year. The attorney that I was talking about using, if we ever do a class action lawsuit, they were involved in that, a $4 million lawsuit. Let's talk about, we talked about the collusion with Pepsi. They never made it because a certain administration kicked it out of federal court. Okay. So that's a red problem. Okay. We won't fight over it in here. We'll unite over it in here. That's a problem. If we're talking, stay in context, guys. We're not talking about everything else. We're not talking about terrorism. We're talking about, stay on point. Because the first thing we want to do is you're coming at me with my team. Well, what about this? That's narcissistic. Well, what about you? What about you? What about what they do with it? No, we're talking about this. That administration within 2 weeks kicked the Walmart Pepsi collusion case that was gonna be settled out of federal court, where they were inflating prices for mom and pops. That's how Walmart destroyed the mom and pop industry. Inflating prices, companies would inflate prices, and Pepsi got caught in for a decade. It cost IGA or Piggly Wiggly or whatever, mom and pop grocery, whatever time frame, $2 for a case of 2 liters, and it only costs Walmart, whatever, I'm way off, but $8 for a case of 2 liters, it only costs Walmart $4. They got caught for that, and it got kicked out of federal court. And the opiate crisis, where they withheld reformation and oversights on purpose to get those scripts in and get that opiate out. And then the price gouging through COVID, that's unforgivable. We go there out of desperation. How convenient. Woo. All right, guys. I think I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to come back on around 7. I'm getting tired. I got to eat. Thank you for hanging out with the live. All the gifts, definitely they're going to the trip across the U.S. If you want to fund in that way, in my bio on any platform, I'm on the big 4. Y'all know the big 4 platforms. The GoFundMe is in there as well. That's especially dedicated for gas money for the trip. I'm trying to get to the grocery stores that you guys have been asking me to get to, and I want to get to, and I got to get out of Dodge anyway because they're kicking me out of Walmart. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Please go watch the boycott videos, comment, like, share, re-comment on them, get them out there, make your own videos. I'll see you guys at 7 if you want to stick around and see me then. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye, YouTube.